People on social media have been talking about everyday things that people do that are super disrespectful to those around them. So I was just going to see if you guys, if any of this stuff bothered you.
Okay.
Right. This probably won't bother you guys, but if you're working in the store, it would. Abandoning stuff in a store, in the wrong place or shelf, where you get something and you put it in your cart, and now you're 4 aisles down the store and like, oh, I don't need this, and you just throw it back.
It kind of does annoy me, like, as a shopper, if I'm in the dry goods area and I see someone, like, left a yogurt or something there that they didn't want. I'm like, Why would you not at least go to a refrigerated section and toss that back? That does kind of, like, I just wonder what kind of a human... Like, I get abandoning a product, but at least do it in the appropriate area.
Right, make it goes back cold.
Yeah.
Well... I always wonder, because my grandmother was notorious for, if we went through the store and I wanted something, she would say something like, you know what, I don't have enough money on me right now, but we'll come back and get it later. And she would hide it in a different spot. So I wonder how many people do that now. So if it was like a toy or something, she'd be like, oh, we'll hide it here underneath.
Yeah, but she wouldn't hide the popsicles behind the cereal.
No.
Yeah.
No, you know what? That doesn't, I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying about different, you don't take something from the freezer section and drop it off in clothing. I get that. What drives me crazy is I see people all the time, and I've taken pictures of this before because chronic laziness pisses me off, especially when it's simple, like not using your turn signal. You're a lazy POS. There's nothing more lazy than that. It's right there on your steering column. The same thing is, if you're drinking your Starbucks while you're walking through the store shopping, throw it in the trash. I hate when people leave their empty Starbucks on the aisle. Like next to, I was in the pudding aisle, so I'll just put my empty Starbucks cup there and somebody else can throw it away.
Next to the yogurt they didn't want.
I agree, though, in defense of those people, try to find a garbage can at a grocery store. It's not that easy. You can find them at the entrance, and you can find them at the checkout usually. But throughout the store, if I'm wanting to throw something away, there's really not an availability of garbage cans, which maybe that's on purpose. I would never put my Starbucks cup on a shelf. That is rude. I completely agree with you. But I will say a grocery store could put a few extra garbage cans out there. Mm-hmm. That's just maybe a request.
The stores say, if you're too lazy to return it to where you got it, please just hand it to the cashier at the checkout. The item that you don't want.
Yeah.
I've
done that before, especially if there's like no sticker on it or no price, like no barcode or something. And they're like, well, I don't know. Do you know how much this is? And I'm like, no, I don't know how much. I'm like, just forget it. You can take it. I don't really need it. I'll do something like that. Sometimes they give it to you for free.
Sam Lewis not getting to the point. I so got to the point.
He did. He actually did. Parents who let their kids run wild in public spaces and don't do anything when a kid makes a nuisance of themselves, and the excuse of they're just a kid translates to bad parenting.
Yeah, I
don't know.
Again, I get kids being kids, but come on, you got to teach them some way what's right and what's wrong.
Hey, my mom was like right near me when I took a bite out of a Hershey's bar at the age of like 7 and put it back on the shelf.
Oh my God!
Like my mom was pretty close by and she didn't see it. Like kids can be sneaky.
Oh my gosh!
Mike Funk. There's a difference between leaving your trash Starbucks cup that you were too lazy to throw away on a shelf and putting random stuff in other people's cart while they're not looking. The latter's just fun. So the other's rude.
Oh my gosh. Did I wonder if they accidentally pay for it? Or you're putting your groceries on the belt and you're like, where did this come from? I did not get this. Neighbors who don't respect the quiet hours. What are the quiet hours? I don't know.
Just be a decent person.
I get up in the morning and come to work during the quiet hours.
Yeah, I was
what am I going to do? My truck's warming up.
I still stay up late like normal people, too. Your two people's quiet hours are significantly different than mine.
Well, yeah, I don't expect, if I'm in bed at 8:30, I don't expect, like if I start not make noise.
If I start getting pissed because somebody's making noise at 9, I'm like, I'll look at my watch and go, yeah, I'm too old to throw that complaint out there.
I mean, I'll let you shoot your guns in Licking County. Like, I'll be okay with it up till about 11 p.m. If you're still shooting your gun at 11 p.m., and I've had neighbor or two shooting at 2 a.m., that to me is unacceptable. Those are quiet hours. Just make me maybe quiet between 11 a.m. and 6 a.m. Or 11 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Shooting in the dark.
I don't know,
Squirrels.
man. I don't know.
In the dark.
It was like the most jarring thing.
challenge.
hearing these like gunshots going off. I thought for sure like the whole neighborhood was getting raided, and I'm like just waiting for somebody to home invade me.
Yeah, but you can't use your infrared, movie quality infrared glasses during the day. You got to shoot it off at night.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm not sure about this one. Not flushing the toilet in a public restroom. I don't really want to. If I can, I'll use my foot. And a lot of places now they have the automatic thing. As Kelly knows, like at Sonic Temple, they have the auto flush. You don't have to,
You can hardly. It's enough to suck your insides out if you don't jump up fast enough.
Yeah,
took my wristband from you. That's for sure.
It absolutely swallowed your wristband so fast.
Yeah, so I don't know about that one. It depends on the situation. I'll tell you what.
Wait, you'll just leave it there and not flush? Is that what you're telling me in a public restroom?
Well, again, if you've ever been to a restroom at the Alum Creek boat ramp, man, you're not going to put your hands on that thing. I'm telling you right now.
Why would you need to put your hands on it?
To flush it.
You can't use your foot?
That's what I'm saying. If I can use my foot, I will.
Well, in what circumstance can you not use a foot to flush? If the flusher's too high, you can't do a high kick like that.
I guess you're probably right.
If you have to stretch out before you can flush, then that's a no-go.
All right. People who don't clean up after themselves in a communal space, like a break room, a park, or even a fitting room. I've been in a fitting room, and I'm like, well, I'm not going in this one.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. If you want to leave all your clothes, I don't care. I'll go into any fitting room as long as the door's not locked. I don't care what's in there.
Oh, my God.
What?
Larry.
What'd he say?
I hate when I see someone on their phone while I'm driving, then I have to put my beer down so I can flip them off. Because I don't want to take my other hand off the wheel because it's not safe. Oh, wrong, but well played.
All right.
Jason's suggesting, Rick, that you use toilet paper to flush the toilet.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
You could wrap
if there's any there.
wrap your hand in the mummy glove. See, I don't know that. I kind of, when it comes to public restrooms, I think that's a case-by-case sitch. Because
that's what I mean, yeah.
There are some public restrooms where you're like, oh, man, it smells like bleach in here. They've done some stuff. And then there's other public restrooms where you're like, damn, I don't even know if it's safe to walk in here with my shoes on. So,
That's great. All right. Let's see here.
How else are we rude to each other?
People who just stop walking in the middle of a busy place, like an airport.
Dude. Or a store.
Just stop.
Stop.
Like, and looking at their phone or whatever.
Yeah, oblivious to anybody around you. I'm just going to stop right here in the thoroughfare. And people who no, out of the grocery store. People who stop with their damn cart, like right in the middle of the door, like as it's about to open, because, I got to check and make sure I put all my stuff away. Not in the middle of the door. Pull over to the side.
I can't even remember the last time I heard somebody use thoroughfare.
Yeah, I use a lot of big words.
Here's what let me just say in defense of those who stop in the middle of an aisle.
Kelly does it.
Someone who does it.
I will pull over. Like, I'm not that rude that I'll do it in the middle of the aisle. I'll pull over in an aisle, but it's normally because I'm looking at recipe ingredients and I'm like, what else do I need to get? So I'll be like trying to find, you know how you get to a recipe and you have to go through 19 paragraphs of somebody's personal life story before they'll give you the actual ingredient list. So I'm like scrolling, and I might be in front of an area you need to get to, like to get some groceries. So that has happened to me. My bad. I get it. It's annoying, and I apologize to everyone I've ever impacted.
All right. Kim said people who have conversations on speakerphone. Yes.
That was on the list.
Is it?
It is on the list, yes.
Give you that.
Yep.
Why? Why do you do that? Why do you have your conversations out loud?
Because I am so important that I want everybody to know that I am on my phone actually talking to someone because I have friends.
It's funny because, people who are walkers and joggers.
Yeah.
come by our house. I'm hearing everything. They're either using Bluetooth or they've got their phone in their hand in front of them on speaker.
I've done that out
Just
walking.
Conversation.
I've done that out walking. I won't do it in the grocery. If I'm having a conversation, it's going to be to my ear.
And it doesn't bother me.
You ever
sometimes I hear something funny.
You ever pretend to be on your phone and say something that's outlandish just to get the reaction out of people? Like you're walking through like the dairy aisle and like, yeah, I'm going to cook up a batch of meth tonight so we can sell it this weekend. So people overhear you? No? Is that just me? Oh, okay.
I've never done that, but I have put the phone to my ear when I need to cross through an area that there's somebody I don't necessarily want to have a conversation with. It doesn't happen that often, but few and far between. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to have a conversation. So let me just pop my phone to my ear and act like I'm talking.
All right. People who tailgate when you're going at or above the speed limit. Now, if I'm in the left lane on the freeway and I'm going the speed limit, I deserve to be tailgated. But, if I'm doing 40 and a 35, get off my ass.
Yeah, I do want some kind of a sign, why are you crawling up my butthole?
Right.
I'm going over the speed limit. What kind of sign can we get to flash on the back? So I don't like that either. If I'm going the speed limit or over, if you can't get around me, then I'm sorry. Too bad.
Oh, man.
Too bad. That happens to me a lot in bad weather. And you all know I do drive slowly when it's when it's snowing, ice or whatever.
And that's the dumbest time to tailgate somebody.
I'll drive really slowly, and inevitably I've got some 4-wheel drive vehicle on my butt, crawling inside my car practically. And it absolutely makes me so nervous. I'm like, dude, if you want to guarantee an accident, keep coming closer. Just keep coming keep riding me. Because I'm going to get so nervous, I'm going to make a big mistake. And then we're both in a ditch.
Right.
Dude, Sean said, please tell me I'm not the only one who uses half a roll of TP to line the seat.
Yeah,
yes.
A lot of people do that.
Let's see. People who throw trash out their car windows, according to Peggy, instead of holding it until they get home to throw it away.
Oh, yeah, litter bugs, man.
Litter bugs.
Stop.
Yeah,
And finally here, people who spit in public because they're walking down a sidewalk or something.
It's kind of gross. I've seen spit globs on the ground, and I'm like,
ooh.
It's we walk our dog on the Licking County Bike Trail. There's miles and miles of trail, and every now and again I'll walk by and there's a big spit glob, and I'm like, oh man, you couldn't have just spit 4 feet over where there's leaves and stuff. You couldn't have done that. You had to do it right on the walking path, eh?
Yeah, but you know what though? Sometimes you have to.
You can't turn your head and
spit to the side,
hawk it 2 feet over.
It depends on where you are.
Oh, I can spit 12 feet.
Not everybody can. That's a talent. Not everybody can.
Sometimes you just got to let it drip out. Wherever you stand, it's just got to drip out and lay it right there.
Sometimes you just drool.
And that is that.